go ahead and rock right now.
All right, cool. So the sixth album, Winter Kills, coming out as we talk, is coming out tomorrow. Pretty excited for this. It's been a kind of a long time coming for you.
Absolutely, very excited. I mean, you got to realize that we start writing, recording, and then we end up sitting on it for 5 or 6 months while we're doing press and what have you. And then they release just like songs at a time, just like sporadically. And I'm like, man, the record belongs to be listened to as a whole. And when I was a kid, it was like you didn't hear a song like that. You maybe heard one track, and then you got the whole thing. So I can't wait for this thing to be released. It's been out in Australia and some other places so far, and the feedback has been incredible. But it's one of those records that has continuity, and you have to kind of listen to it from start to finish. And then after 42 minutes, you're going to find yourself like wanting to push play again. So it's an exciting time, and I can't wait to get it released.
Awesome. And now moving to Napalm also for the first time means that Devildriver gets a vinyl release as well.
Correct. We're excited about that. There's a lot of things coming with Napalm, though. There's a lot of passion with that label. They're not just mathematical equationists. You know what I'm saying? They're not just putting us into a formula. They're behind the music. They're putting a lot of passion behind it. They gave us the red vinyl and purple vinyl. I chose the colors personally because I'm into vinyl. So it's exciting to see that coming out for collectors.
Awesome. On the vinyl tip there, are you when you are out on tour, do you collect as well? Are you hitting the record stores?
It just started with me, man. Like probably about 3.5 months ago. My kids are 15 and 18, and they both started saying, hey, we want to get vinyl and want to get a record player. So I was like, well, okay. I wish I would have saved all my vinyl over the years, but I didn't. So we ended up going out and get a record player, and then within 3 months, we probably got $2,000 with the vinyl now. I mean, I bought everything from the Kiss records I grew up on to Sinatra and Dean Martin, you name it. So it is exciting to see that stuff coming on vinyl. And I'm waiting on my vinyl shipping now. I should be getting it tomorrow.
Awesome. It'll be very exciting to see that in your hands, I'm sure.
Yeah, totally. Especially when it's red and purple vinyl. I'm like, stoked on that.
No doubt. Now, along with Napalm, you've still got a couple of other labels that you're working with overseas. Is it taking a little bit more juggling with Devildriver these days on the business end because of that?
No, not really. I mean, first of all, what we wanted to find on the business end is passion, and you have to turn your art into a commodity at some point in order to get it over to a larger audience, and that just. First of all, turning art into a commodity sucks. I mean, but I'm that kind of artist where I wish it didn't have to happen, but you got it. And when you do, you want to get people with passion behind you. So Brian Slagle and Metal Blade in Japan, we stayed with Roadrunner Australia, Warner Brothers in Australia, and then re-signing and then signing up with Napalm Records. They just have a lot of passion. They have a lot of passion for what we're doing. My neighbors over here. They have a lot of passion for what we're doing, and it's good to see, and as far as juggling goes, no, not really. I mean, they're handling their business, we're handling our business. We put together the record, and now they're doing the business behind it.
Awesome. And does that passion, when you see that passion coming for your art in terms of the business world, does it help to maybe rekindle the passion that you already felt for your music?
Yeah, well, definitely. I thought the last probably at least two releases on Roadrunner United States in the U.S. Were really languished, man, and not being paid attention to. I mean, they were getting ready to sell the label. They were letting a lot of people go. They knew we were going to eventually leave as well, and it's just good to be dealing with someone who, when they get a song, they get photos, they get whatever, they're stoked behind it. They call up, they're like, man, we love this record. We love this song we just got. I mean, they were like that ever since the beginning from the demos. So it is really, really, really. It's hard to put your finger on, right? Mm-hmm. But you want to see, and I keep using the word passion, so I don't want to overuse it. But when you feel the passion behind the business side of it, because they're not just dealing with business ends, they're actually loving what you're doing. Man, it makes it so much better for you as an artist.
Absolutely. Well, it's fantastic that you guys have found a new home where folks are psyched to be working with you and excited about the record.
Yeah, and I think Napalm needs a flagship over here in the States and elsewhere, and we're more than willing to raise their flag and hoist those cannons out and be that flagship. Especially now dealing with them for the last few months, watching them work. It's been great. It's been extraordinary, actually.
Awesome. With Winter Kills, you guys actually recorded the instruments in Florida, and you recorded your vocals at home. Did you go and kind of supervise or hang out with the recording in Florida as well?
No, I went over all of those songs so much before then because we were on tour for almost 2 months together, listening to the songs daily. And I did a lot of arranging. I worked a lot of the arrangements. And then when I got with the producer as well, we worked out a lot of the arrangements. So as far as tone and things like that, I really, really like to leave my guys with the producer and let them get that done. There's no reason to have me hanging over your shoulder going, hey, wait a minute. I don't know if that guitar sounds right. You got to leave it up to the dudes doing the job. And so, no, I was actually left alone as well while I was recording my vocals at home, which is just how I like it. You eventually you get these chefs in the kitchen, man. Even my guys would get in like little spats, going back and forth, and it's like you just don't need another dude to do that. That being said, if I hadn't gone over the arrangements and hadn't really gone over the songs as much as I did, yes, I would have been there on a daily basis, but I didn't need to. They knew what they were going to do. They knew how much time they had to do it in, and they went in, they did it right.
Awesome. It's great to be able to work like that, I'm sure, and not have to be in the middle of spats or be hanging over everybody's heads while they're doing stuff.
Yeah, and look, I've been there for every record, and what you find is when I walk in the room, it's like people will look at me like, we're working here. Like I'll be like, hey, the clock's ticking and this and that. I didn't want to be like that. I don't think they deserved it. They didn't deserve it. The fans of our music didn't deserve it. So we let it all happen pretty organically, and I'm very, very happy with how it all came out.
Awesome, and it's nice that you got to record at home. As well, you got to record your vocals at home and see the kids.
Not even that. You'd think that putting yourself out of place or a little on edge or in a place that's uncomfortable for you, which is a studio or a hotel, would add to that visceral feel that lends itself to like punk rock, blues, or metal. But man, it was taking it away from me over the years. So I just really wanted to be, focused on the record rather than, okay, I got 4 more songs to record and I can go home. I don't think the fans deserve that. They deserve more than that. And it enabled me to become incredibly focused. Like, now that I did record at home, I don't think I could record anywhere else because I was incredibly focused. The clock wasn't ticking. If I wasn't getting the record in all like first takes and really that live feel, we would just stop for the day and start the next day because the clock wasn't ticking. And that being said, a lot of the record is first takes. Most of the vocals are first takes, which is a very odd occurrence in metal especially. People will spend 5, 6, 7 hours on one song, stack vocals incredibly to make it heavy, and we didn't. We left a lot of them single, maybe double stacked on the chorus, maybe, and we've got a lot of live takes and a lot of first takes, which really adds to the dimension of the record.
Awesome. And I'm sure it also adds to, or in a way, enables the live feel of the record. So what people are hearing might be close to what they would hear going to see you live.
Yeah, well, when I was tracking the record, it was almost as if I'd been singing the songs for years because I did live with them for a very, very long time. And when we first started tracking, we tracked Ruthless first. And we realized, 12 minutes later, we were done tracking it. And Mark said to me, the producer, Mark Lewis, said to me, man, what's going on here? Like, we've got to keep this vibe on all of the songs. And sure enough, we did. We only had 2 days where it's really, okay, it's not hitting today. And we would stop and next morning, and I don't know what was going on with yesterday, but today it's really hitting. We were nailing it. I wouldn't do anything different on the next records, man. I did enjoy recording at home. I did enjoy, walking out of my studio and having my Great Dane and my Doberman laying there at the door and, having my wife and children around at night with me, and then I could go in and do my work during the day. It wasn't so much as I was just gone constantly, and which I already am. I mean, our tour schedule far surpasses any band on this planet. So it was time for me to record at home.
you guys are heading out in 2 weeks with Trivium.
We are. We're doing a co-headliner with those cats. They're closing some shows. We're closing some shows. I think it's going to be a great bill. Trivium sounds nothing like Devildriver. We sound nothing like Trivium. The opening bands sound nothing like what we're all doing. So it's going to be a very diverse crowd. And we're doing meet and greets together, which is going to be fun. I really, really enjoyed the guys in Trivium. I think Matt Heafy is an exceptional musician and just a really, just a good-hearted kid. I mean, I shouldn't say kid. I mean, he's younger than me, obviously, but he's a good man. So it's going to be a good time.
Awesome. Now, did you have a hand in putting this together, or was it more of a Trivium said, "Hey, let's go and do this together. We need to get over to North America"?
No, we contacted them. They got a new record coming out. They got back to us. I tend to let the managers and the agents do that kind of thing. But I pushed for it. I said, look, man, it's a perfect pairing. They're different, we're different. And anytime you can do that, go out with different styles of bands, different sounding bands, it really gives the listener kind of the bang for their buck, and that's what I wanted, is to keep the tickets low dough as possible so people can come out and have a good time. Also to arrange the bands in such a way that everybody sounds different and added something to it.
Right. Awesome. Your routing's bringing you through Thunder Bay on the 20th of September, so just over a week. You're doing a lot of Canada along the way too. Is it exciting for you to be back in Canada again?
Yeah, I've always enjoyed Canada. I think it's a great place. They love their metal. They love their music, period. I've had a wonderful time every time I've come down. I've got a long relationship, obviously, with Canada from Coal Chamber on. And it's a beautiful place. I always tell people that have never been there, it's like I could easily live in Canada, in and around Canada. So it's going to be, I know that they're going to be good shows, and we wanted to start out this cycle really kind of putting it to everybody. And so it's like we spend a couple of days in the States, we come right into Canada, and you guys are going to get some of the first shows on board.
Awesome. That's very exciting. Definitely looking forward to seeing you here once again. And with any luck, they won't send your merch home on you when you get here.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that happens, man, over there. Actually, when you're sending stuff through, it goes through customs and this and that, and unfortunately, that kind of a thing does happen. But either way, the music is going to be a good time, and we hope for all that other stuff to fall in line.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Dez, thank you so much for taking time to speak to me today and for giving my my mix-up earlier on. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, brother. I mean, nobody's called through right now, so we got it done. So I appreciate it and appreciate the support, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Absolutely.